Hello, welcome to the vlog. I am back to making a video while I drive in my car, which is mostly just sitting in my car. I'm in basically stop and go traffic, heading back from work. Today, I kind of needed to vent, and not really vent. It's not like I'm super upset about this. It's just something that I really wish was different, but I know this is not going to change. Okay, so here's the thing. I sent out a tweet yesterday referencing something that had absolutely nothing to do with politics. Then somebody tweeted back something and tried to make it political. I don't want to go too far into it, but I feel like you need to okay, there's a guy named Logan Paul. He's on YouTuber, and he made this really awful video at a forest in Japan where people go to commit suicide. And in the video, he showed somebody who had committed suicide, like hanging in the background, and he laughed about it, and some people who were with him laughed, and it was this awful video. And I just tweeted that it was really unfortunate, and that I hope people didn't look to him as a role model, because obviously he's not. And then somebody tweeted back, well, but don't forget that we've got a president who, makes bad jokes and dirty jokes and does things, and so I get to make the insinuation being he's not a good role model either. I just responded by saying that, well, it's not like we've had a particularly good role model in the Oval Office for a long time anyway, because depending on who you ask, whether it's their personal life or the way they handle themselves as president and some of the decisions they make, you could poke holes in just about every single president we've had in a very, very long time, depending on which view you're coming from. Now, Donald Trump may be more obviously, he may be more obvious with his character flaws, but it'd be naive to think that any of the people who have been president didn't have them. So I didn't single anyone out specifically, I made that statement. And then he responded, this fellow online, that, oh, I didn't realize you were some evangelical something who weaponizes God, and something about the orange fellow in the office, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't bring God into this at all, and I didn't defend anyone. I was just simply pointing that out, that you could, we shouldn't really be looking for role models in the White House anyway. We should be looking around us, is my whole thing, just personally. I think you should be looking for role models in the world around you, real people that you can actually see and get to really learn from. But that's neither here nor there. So I made that. At no point have I defended any particular politician or otherwise. Well, then somebody else jumped into the conversation today and was like, whoa, wow, well, you have a beautiful voice, but, oh no, somebody else jumped in today and was like, you need to condemn any action by a president, any statement by a president that could lead the United States into war. And I was like, well, then in that case, I need to go condemn every statement ever made by a president in reference to a hostile nation or somebody who didn't like us, because all of that could be construed as inciting them to violence against us. In that case, that would be every single president ever has done that. Again, not defending what Trump did. I didn't even bring him up. I'm just making a statement that you can poke holes in all of this. And then somebody else jumped in and they're like, oh, well, you have a beautiful voice, but, I can't, you're so wrong on this, and I can't, whatever. And I'm like, at this point, I still haven't defended anyone. I haven't said, I hate Trump, or I love Trump, or I love that he did this, or I hate that he did this. I didn't even bring him up. So anyway, I say all this to say, I had a lot of fun with the Twitter interactions. I had one of my favorite responses ever of all time. You can go see it on my Twitter account if you really want to. But all this to say, it's so frustrating that we can't have civil discussions where we disagree with each other about politics. It's like we completely forget how to be civil. And I get it. It's incredibly polarizing. But I wouldn't really want everyone to agree with me. And I wouldn't want to surround myself with people who just solely agree with me. Because otherwise, you never know if what you believe is actually worth anything, because it's never challenged. And so I love having political discussions and political debates. And I can see that there are so many different ways to view a situation that it's naive to just say it is cut and dried, it is black and white, this person is evil, this person is not evil. Or this president is terrible, this president is great. There's a lot more involved, but that's because I enjoy it. I enjoy the conversation, and it's unfortunate to me that there are so few people these days who can actually have that conversation and not hate the other person at the end of it if they disagree. It breaks my heart that that's the case, because all that means is that the strength of our arguments is getting weaker and weaker and weaker, because we never actually hold it up to a light. We never hold it up to disagreement. We never force it to defend itself. And that is so awful. I believe what I believe, but I don't believe it in a vacuum and want everyone else to shut up and leave me alone so that I never have to hear an opinion that disagrees with mine. I believe what I believe because I have vetted it to the best of my ability, and I continue to vet what I believe. And if I learn that something that I believe is wrong or factually incorrect, then I want to know that. But unfortunately, that's just not the case with our society, with our world, and it sucks. So I hope that those of y'all who are watching this can see and understand that. I hope that you are those types of people that even if you disagree with someone politically, you can have a disagreement, you can debate civilly, but at the end of it, you can still look at that person and wish them well and hope that they have nothing but success in their life and still be friends. Because if we can't, then we are truly lost. Then there really isn't hope, because there will never be a united anything. You don't have to be united in the identical beliefs. But one of the things that I think has always been special about this country is that you can have such different political views, and it doesn't always turn into civil war. You can disagree on things and then civilly talk about it. You can have disagreements, but it doesn't destroy the country completely. It doesn't seem like that's really the case at the moment. And it sucks, and it's unfortunate. Anyway, there's some venting. Hope you guys are doing well, even if you disagree with me on everything. I will see y'all tomorrow.